God is no respecter of persons for our riches, powerful and authorities. Are you? If so, you are the true leader. God does not show favoritism or partiality based on wealth, power, or social status. In God, no preferential treatment to anyone. And the Bible teaches that God judges everyone impartiality based on their action and heart, not their earthly position. In Leviticus, Moses reminds the children of Israel in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 15, "You shall do no injustice in judgment. You shall not be partial to the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor." Also in Deuteronomy, and again in Deuteronomy, he tells them in first chapter verse 17, "Ye shall not respect person in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is God's." Also in 2 Chronicles chapter 19 verse 7, God does not want us to show partiality because He does not. There is no iniquity with the Lord our God, nor respect of persons. This idea shows up in the New Testament quite often. In Romans chapter 2 verse 11, "For there is no respect of person with God, for God does not show favoritism." And in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 9, "And ye masters do the same thing unto them for fearing threatening, knowing that your master also in heaven, neither is there respect of person with him." Also in Colossians chapter 3 verse 25, "But he that doth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons." The book of James gives us a perfect example, especially in the present day churches in India. James chapter 2 verse 1 to 4. "Suppose a man comes into our meeting wearing a gold ring or fine clothes, and a poor man in filthy old clothes also comes in. If we show special attention to the man wearing fine clothes and say, 'Here's a good seat for you,' but say to the poor man, 'You stand there or sit on the floor by my feet,' have we not discriminated among ourselves and become judges with evil thoughts? Has that ever happened in our churches? Someone comes in dressed nicely and everyone goes up to that person to welcome them and give attention. But what if a fellow in dirty overalls showed up smelling like housekeeper, poor, illiterate? Would we respond with the same love? To be a respecter of person is to practice discrimination, favoring certain people and not other. Have we showed favoritism to some people because of their wealth or social status? We will all probably done it at one time or another. God is never fooled by man's outward appearance, by his performance. Please make a special effort to express God's unconditional, universal love to everyone equally, regardless of who they are, where they are from, and all those other things we judge people by. Worldly rank is of course nothing with God. If earthly rank is of no account with God, much less his abundance of possessions. All classes of men, rich and poor, powerful and weak, are equally God's creature, brought into the world by him, given by him their several stations, and regarded by him with favor or disfavor according as they conduct themselves in their various occupations and employments. All mankind are his subjects and servants, whom he differentiates one from another solely by their moral and spiritual qualities. The leader embodies the biblical principles that God shows no favoritism based on wealth, power, or status, and therefore a true leader also treats all people equally and justly. This does not mean every decision is identical, but rather that decisions are made based on principles, fairness, and the inherent value of each person, regardless of their social standing. A leader who reflects this impartiality builds a more thriving and equitable environment for their followers. In Job chapter 34 verse 19, how much less the one who does not show favoritism to princes or regard the rich more than the poor, for they are all the work of his hands. Also in Job chapter 36 verse 19, will he esteem your riches? No, not gold or all the powers of strength. Also in Psalms chapter 101 verse 6, my eyes will be on the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. The one who walks in a perfect way, he will serve with me. Amen.